Good afternoon, Fiona. Thank you very much for coming.
That's all right. I paid for you to... Is it therapise me?
Therapise? Well, I like to think I listen. I listen really. And
is that what you do?
I will speak when it's appropriate to speak, but I give a space in which somebody can relate themselves and can get in touch with the issues you face, to the point where you discover things that you didn't even realise you want to talk about. I'll just close this door. There we go. Where you find that there is so much that you didn't know you could verbalise, and I give you a space and a room and a time in which you can really be in touch with yourself.
You listen?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why I'm here now. It's just... It's all getting a bit much for me, I think, is the problem. The main problem.
In what, I mean, what's your life like? What do you do?
I take the kids to school.
Oh, how many children do you have?
3 now.
3 children.
They're all under 5.
Oh. And do you find this quite stressful at times?
Yes.
Oh.
I try not to let it show. The thing is, they're all under 5. They're all within a year of each other. I mean, the youngest, I say school, it's nursery, but I'm quite relieved to have him off my hands.
Oh.
Now that, for the first time in 5 years, I've got a couple of breathing hours to myself. It's just now that I've got them to myself, I don't know what to do with them anymore.
I see. So relaxation is a bit difficult when you seem to be
I'm
quite...
still having to think about... I did have quite a demanding career beforehand, but I haven't managed to get back into that. It's 5 years out of it. You just don't get back into it.
What does do you have a partner?
Of course I have a partner.
Well, what does your husband do?
Well, he's in the city at the moment, yes.
Yes, I see.
I mean, he earns enough for the both of us. I don't have to work.
Yes.
It's just I sort of want to at the moment. But I've still got the knowledge that my kids are going to come home and they're going to expect things of me.
Yes.
We did have a nanny for the first year or 2, but then my husband said, I was going to call him my father, then my husband said to me, we don't really need the expense of a nanny, we can afford one, but we don't really, wouldn't it be more fun for you, Fiona? Wouldn't it be more fun to look after the children all by yourself? Wouldn't that be a challenge? It is a challenge. That is true. Anyway, they've gone to school and to nursery with the youngest. He's not there the whole day, so I do have to still pick him up. So there's not really anything I can do, even if I wanted a career. There's not really... It's not... I mean, in a couple more years, he says, my husband says, in a couple more years, maybe you can go back. But by then, there'll be nothing for me. I'll just be an empty shell of a woman.
Yes, that's how you feel.
And there won't be anything left for me. They will have sucked me dry.
In a creative sense, you feel that as a person...
No, in every sense, I will be a husk. I love them, don't get me wrong, of course I love them. I love them dearly. So
this is a source of great suffering at the moment, perhaps? Am I wrong?
It's not suffering because obviously, what kind of a woman would I be if I didn't love my own children with every breath of my being, if I didn't do every single thing that I could to make life special for them and do everything that they say.
But at the same time, you are a human being and you have particular needs as a human being and an individual. Do you, I get the impression that you feel you're not being supported enough, certainly by your husband.
Oh, he's a very supportive man. Very supportive. He's got a responsible job, so I can't expect too much of him at the end of the day, really. He comes home, all he wants really is to maybe have a glass of wine. And yes, sorry, a squirrel. No, he doesn't. Was that a squirrel?
No, I leant on something.
Oh, sorry, I thought...
I need to tidy my room.
Yeah, it is a bit messy, yes. I'm not offering to clean it. We did have a cleaner as well, but he let him. We had a male cleaner. He was a nice Eastern European lad. He was very handsome. For some reason, my husband didn't really want to have him around the house. I don't know why. Yeah. He was very good at his job. He's jack of all trades, handyman as well. He'd just get in there and get his hands in and just do what needed to be done. It was amazing, really. But then my husband, for some reason, decided that we didn't need him. So I've got nothing really. I've got no one to talk to all day. I'm just on my own, watching Loose Women or some sort of other pat in the daytime.
So you feel there's a certain lack of intellectual stimulation of a woman of your calibre is not really meeting her full potential and is doing her biological duty, as it were, as a devoted and loving mother.
You have to look after the children. It's all about the children. They're the next generation, and and we have to think about. And I suppose my husband is right in about. If I'm staying at home doing it all, although I'm not earning the money, if we're paying other people, then it takes away the whole pot. Because then we're probably going to have to pay for school fees and university costs. And my husband wants the children to go to the best. So it'll be over in a few years because he wants them to go to prep school. The eldest, he'll be 7 in 2 years. And then he'll go away, but I'll still have the next one for another year before he goes away, and then the next one under there for another 2 years. So I've got 5 more years of having to deal with this, really, and having to stay with them and not really have any of my outside life. It's going to drive me mad, I think.
Right. So have you shared these concerns with your husband?
Oh yes, he just says I'm being silly.
And
I don't want to overstress it. I don't want to make him think that I am actually going mad, because I've got a feeling he might have me committed and then marry his secretary.
Have you met the secretary?
Yes.
And she's young and attractive and...
She's not that young, but she is very attractive.
Yeah. So who'd look after the children?
Well, he may send them to some sort of boarding school before prep school. They do have them occasionally, a sort of infants.
Have you worked this whole scenario out at length?
Yes, this is likely what he... I mean, I was wondering for a short while whether my husband was trying to have me killed, because there was a lot of accidents happening in my home. You know, short circuits and wires going astray and toasters appearing in baths.
Right. The toaster appeared in the bath.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. He says that he was just peckish, and the fact that it was in the bathroom, sort of on the ledge of the bath, was just, you know...
Could have been the children.
It could have been the children.
The children?
No, it couldn't have been the children, because my husband said that he'd done it, that he was peckish, and that he thought that it would be safe, that it would be...
So you're accusing your husband of deliberately creating a scenario in which you have huge amounts of pressure, and then, apparently, perhaps he's staging a suicide scenario, as if to say, well, the kids drove you mad and you put the toaster in the bath in order to electrocute yourself. I mean, I don't like to say it.
I hadn't really put those things together, but now that you come to mention it, do you think that is likely as a scenario?
I think these are definitely concerns you should raise with your husband.
So you're saying that I'm not being paranoid, and that you're saying that these are things that are likely?
Not at all, no.
I think that you're not being paranoid, because that seems like a very...
considerable amount of stress.
It was ridiculous what I was saying. It was ridiculous. Obviously my husband wasn't trying to kill me. The toaster in the bathroom was maybe him being stressed.
Was it on a mains extension cable?
Yes.
And it was plugged in?
Yes.
And you found it on the edge of the bath with no toast in it?
No toast in it, because obviously he'd eaten the toast.
In the bath? There were crumbs?
There were no crumbs in the bath, but he'd eaten it. Obviously they'd gone down the drain when he'd... And it was just, you know, silly man.
And he knew that you were going into the bathroom next?
Well, yes, it was my turn.
And there was a great danger. Did you take the children in the bath?
Sometimes.
And of course, a child might...
Yes, it was their bath night, actually.
Oh, right. So he possibly was trying to... this toaster could have ended up in a bath with your 3 children.
You do read all these things about men that go completely mad and shoot their wife and children in the head and then shoot themselves. I suppose it could happen with a toaster in the same
Have you discussed this with members of your family?
No, it sounds mad now I'm
Yes,
saying
yeah.
it. But you seem to be suggesting that it's not.
I'm suggesting that you should bring in a memory of family, or do you have many friends?
I have a fair few, but I've lost touch with a lot of them. A lot of them with my last job, and obviously not working at my last job.
So basically...
I mean, you've got different priorities. I mean, a lot of them have left to have.
So it's just your husband and yourself in the situation with the 3 children.
Yes.
The husband's working long hours and deeply stressed, and then you find a toaster with the mains extension cable poised to electrocute your 3 children and yourself.
Yes, that is a bit worrying now.
It's an interesting scenario. I would personally bring somebody else into the picture, perhaps to discuss with your husband the issue.
Do you think maybe I should go away for a while?
Oh no, I think you should definitely sit down with one-on-one family members.
Man who you think is trying to kill me.
Discuss. I didn't say he was trying to kill you. There could be any one of a number of perfectly feasible explanations what a toaster on a mains extension cable was doing on the edge of your bath without any visible sign of breading. I just can't think of any right now, to tell you the truth. Could have been the children.
I would think, if you were a legitimate therapist, that you might suggest that I get out of this situation, leave as quickly as I can, maybe even maybe put the children into care, maybe run away, have a different identity, maybe just completely escape the situation completely, and just so that, you know, I cut my ties, maybe shave my head, maybe, I don't know, like put on 20 stones.
Don't you think maybe this is all rather extreme behaviour? When I mean, I have to
change my sex. Maybe then he won't recognise me because I won't be the same person. And change my name, go to a different country. Maybe I don't know.
Your husband engaged
These are all things that might be
at his own expense in order that you maybe. Well, he gave you the phone number, did he not? And the idea was that you were having...
He didn't actually give me the phone number. No, I found the number. I was thinking, oh, I'm getting really stressed. I probably should get some help because I'm very stressed at this point. I found this number. It was sort of just fell open actually. It was in the phone book, which is unusual because usually you don't even have a phone book.
Your husband...
I haven't seen a phone book for years. I mean, who gets a phone book? You look on the internet, but it fell open, this phone book that happened to be there for some reason. So yes, and it was circled. Why was it circled? My husband.
Can I explain that his very words were, "She's got these bright, big, staring eyes, and I think she's under huge amounts of pressure, and it's really freaking us both out." That's more or less, and he said that he would try to put this over.
So he's setting me up
subtly.
So that when he kills me with
no, he's not. He's not trying to kill you. He's trying to help you. Basically, I just find the whole business
by killing me with a toaster is helping me.
Bizarre. He didn't mention anything about toasters.
No, I bet he didn't. No, this does sound like I need to get out of this situation. Thank you very much for listening. You're not really doing that much listening, to be fair. But yes, I should definitely get out of this situation.
Have you ever considered that maybe you yourself put the toaster there?
I didn't put the toaster there.
Have you ever thought that your children, under the age of 5, may have managed to get a mains extension kit and a toaster together? Or your husband did it as a practical
my
joke?
Children, my genius children... Got the toaster down from the topmost shelf. We don't have toast very often. Got the extension cable from a completely different place where we kept it, the garage. Plugged it in because they know how to do that, and decided to put it right on. You think that my genius children did this? That they're idiots. The children are idiots. They don't know how to wipe their own bottoms. I know they're under 5, but they should by now. I've tried hard enough to teach them.
Your husband did mention something about having, and I quote, a very hard attitude to our children, and felt that you've been somewhat frustrated in becoming a housewife.
They're not really up to the standard that I expected of the children. They're a bit ugly, and they really aren't as clever as I expected them to be. We've got good genes. My husband, he's quite handsome, he's quite clever. Not to be too big-headed, but you know, I've got first-class degree. I was working quite a stressful and very, very... The job was responsible. I expected more of my children. They're not really up to the standard that you would expect them to be if they were... if they've been... Well, they're just not right. No. They're all right. They're normal, everyday children. That's the trouble, really. They're just... children.
I think we should leave it there.
Yes, I think I should. I'm going to probably go away for a bit, so I don't really need any more sessions, don't worry. I know you've probably, I block booked the whole load of sessions. I don't need them. I'm going away.
Are you sure that's why? I think you should talk to family and friends.
No, I don't think I need to talk to them.
Really?
Really, I think... Please, this is confidential. Please don't tell my husband any of this, because I will sue you if I find out that you've broken the confidence and you've told my... Really? You'll be complicit in whatever murder-suicide plan that he's planned, which he clearly has. I'm going away. That's it. Do not tell him. Do not tell everyone. Destroy this tape.
Okay, I'll just... So I just,
yes,
I'll just switch it off. Right, okay.